Hello, everyone. That's a pleasure for me being here. It's Alberto López from Adyen. I'm going to share my screen to show you my slides. So just 1 second. Thank you. I think that you are going to see right now my screen. So let's start. So today we are going to speak about retail unified commerce. I'm going to introduce myself. I am Alberto López. I am the head of business development here in Adyen, Spain and Portugal. So basically, from Adyen, we try to help merchants and partners to make transactions in any of the possible channels that are right now in the environment, like e-commerce or physical stores. And in this talk, we are gonna speak about the new ways that we are seeing that after COVID, or in this current situation, that the retailers can start to do to not stop processing payments in any of the channels. So as we saw in the past, there were different situations that make possible that retailers interacted with different shoppers, like sales, as we can see in these slides or in these photos, or the malls that we, from Adyen in our platform, we saw how cannibalism appeared when a new store opened from a new branch, or how payments via e-wallets were made using the PIN pads. But yeah, COVID happened, and what is going to happen right now? In the beginning, we thought that, it was the situation that could happen, these days, but thanks God that is not happening anymore. And yeah, one of the things that we have to say is, like, right now in Adyen, we see that it's a white paper. Everything is possible, and with the next experiences that I am going to show in Adyen, we try to show you how to, with small changes in your current flows, you are gonna be able to not stop processing payments. The only thing that you have to say, and that's our view, is as we saw in different sites, it's the first thing that you have to do is adapt to the environment. So basically, you have to rethink about how it's going to be the new situation with your shoppers and with your partners, and of course, take a different approach as your competitors to gain the battle right now. Because these situations is going to require new experiences. And in Adyen, as payment experts, we believe that we can help you guys to do these changes. I'm going to speak about different experiences based on different perspectives. So we are going to speak experiences based on convenience. So right now, it's a must that the payments have to be quick, easy, and frictionless. Context, we have to keep the experiences that everyone in your store, digital or physical, has to be treated as an individual. Control, of course, when we speak about control, we speak about control based on the law, based on the healthy laws or regulations that appear in different countries, and using the technology that is around you. It's time to not stop the business. It's time to try to be innovative, but not spend time on being on using innovation and forgetting that right now is crucial that you continue receive money from your payments. So, as experts in technology based on payments, that is Adyen, we want to show you that using the current technology that you should have with us viable in your system or in your integrations, you are going to be able to show to your shoppers different experience. So we are not speaking about using a lot of technologies. We are speaking about the same technologies. So I'm going to start with online stores. Right now, it's crucial that if you were thinking right now, the online environment is more or less your unique or the most powerful channel that you have to receive payments. So it's time to enable alternative payment methods, or think about tokenized cards. to make one-click payments possible. Also, right now, as the online channel is your unique channel, or maybe is the, as I said, the channel that is becoming most important in your system, you have to be, if you were, critical with your with the security, right now it is crucial that you are even more critical with your security. So the thing is like with a solution that we have, or your risk provider, you have to rethink on the 3D secure protocol or other security protocols like risk rules that you could enable just to allow only legitimate payments. Also, it's time to monetize your online chat. Day by day, you can see that it's also good that you can see in different online stores that right now you have available an online chat that you can use to speak with the staff of the merchant to say to get advice, or to receive advices about the different products that they are offered. Well, it's time to not losing these sales and close the sale and close the deal using that chat. If you are advising a merchant, a shopper, about one product, don't say, yeah, and then you can buy it in our online portal. No, use a pay by link, as we had in our system, a pay by link solution that you can send via the chat, online chat, to finish the payment in that channel. That's also another thing important. Try and buy online. If you think about the physical stores, if you go to a physical store, you can try and try before buying the clothes. Why don't do it the same thing in the online store? How can you do it? Well, instead of capture the money, you know that there is a different flow that is also available in our system and is easy to configure to authorize the payment. Send the the clothes, or the product, the good that the shopper bought, and then if the shopper agrees on keep the product, just capture it. You can capture it from your back office or from the the customer area. So the experience is like, if the customer doesn't like the product and he returns the product at all, you only have to cancel the payment. It's going to be faster. The refund cancel a payment is faster than make a refund, and the shopper experience is going to be like the one that he has in the physical store. If he doesn't like the good, he doesn't have to pay for it and then wait for the refund. There is another channel that is important to bring here. It's moto payments. Mail orders, telephone orders. As you can see, it's a regulated channel that not everyone can do it, because to have a moto channel, you have to be PCI compliant, or you have to use a PCI solution, as we have. But it's also good that right now it's not time to think about PCI if you are not. No, the thing is like, why don't you use your stores that are closed or have a reduced scheduled to be opened, and why not work with the staff that is in the offline, in the physical stores, as online advisors. They can be, as they are right now, or they were doing in the past in the physical stores, advising people every time that somebody wants to buy something, in the store. Right now they can do it the same thing directly from the store. And also, using a pay by link solution, they can send directly a pay by link or a link to finish the payment online and send the goods directly from the store. That's something that is another solution that you can think to implement in your physical stores right now. Speaking about physical stores, well, that's something that, thanks God, day by day we are seeing that the stores are being opened again. And well, although they are open, we have to think about how can we be under regulations. And maybe with the new situation, that's not going to be possible that people try the clothes or the goods in the same store. Why don't you use the buying store and try at home? As we were speaking in the previous slides, instead of capture the money right straight away, right after somebody take the good, why don't authorize the payment? Allow the customer to go to his home, try the goods, and make a delayed capture. So if the shopper doesn't come again to the physical store, well, that's good. Then the capture or the money can be automatically captured, with a delay, 2 hours, 3 hours, something like that. So it's going to be better rather than having a direct capture, for example. Again, I am saying that the stores maybe should be closed, but there is something that is amazing. It's like the windows that is in front of the store. Each store has a window that is showing right now the best products, the flagship products. Why don't you use these windows of the stores that are already closed as your first store? Just set up a QR code, close to the flagship product that you want to sell, and behind of this QR code could be a pay-by-link solution, an easy solution to implement, that if somebody wants to buy something and the store is closed, or the forum is reduced, so he cannot go inside of the store, but he can buy via the pay-by-link solution the product, and then later on he can return to the store and pick up the goods. You don't lose sales without or with physical stores closed. Again, one of the most critical things is like, how can we control the forum in the stores, or how can we control the queues for the to finish the payment in the cars? So the best way to do it maybe is to think about self-service kiosk that you can set up in different parts of the physical store, in the store, and then you reduce the main queue to your main cash registers, and allows to the customers that maybe they are afraid to be in contact with different people and they only want to take something and pay, use a self-service kiosk. Also, why don't promote the contactless? That's something that you have to think about. That is like all the PIN pads, at least in our site, are ready to accept payment using contactless solutions. You know that maybe all the credit cards that are right now in the market are ready for being used as contactless, and also the limits for the pins, the pin that are requested by every payment are raised. So right now you can increase or you can not stop the payments via using the contactless. Again, we were speaking about self-service kiosk, but why don't have MPOS ready? Why don't have people staff around the physical stores with PIN pads and iPads that they can use to finish different purchases of the shoppers in the stores without make a long queue to the main cash registers. We were speaking about online, we were speaking about Moto, we were speaking about physical, but what about cross-channel? Starting experience in online and finish offline, starting experience offline and finish online. I think that is crucial to speak about the cash on delivery 2.0, as we said. And it's like, there are some stores that still use cash on delivery. Right now, we are trying to be a cashless society in terms of healthy. So less physical cash, and well, why don't provide to your delivers or deliver guys that are bringing all the goods to the final shoppers a PIN pad. Our PIN pads, for example, are ready to be used as mobile PIN pads, and you can also print not only the financial ticket, but also the invoice using our PIN pads. Something like that, something like this to reduce, the contact with physical money. Also, and that's something that it's really, really common right now, but I think that it's time to push more, is click and collect. Why don't authorize in line, but capture only if the shopper appears in the store? Not capture the money online. Capture when the shopper appears, shows his invoice, and then you can capture using your cash register. You can capture the online payment. But also could be that it's not a happy path. Not everybody's gonna use or is gonna be happy with the goods that he previously bought. So you have to think about, why don't buy online and refund in store, but use a reference refund, as we call it. So basically, it's like right now it's time to, if somebody buys something online and he decided to return it, in a physical store, then from the cash register system or from the system that you have in the physical store, you can refund the original reference. So not anymore is going to happen that the physical store is going to pay or is going to give back money from its funds to the shopper. The original transaction is going to be refunded, and the other way around. Buy in a store, but when I try at home using the other experience that I saw it before, why don't refund online? Well, I can go to my, at home, I decide to buy something offline, and then when I am at home, I try it. But after some days, I decide that it's not going to be for me. So why don't I start the process by refunding it, the good, online? That's another way to do it. The good part of that is like your payment provider has to have the possibility of doing that. So one platform for all the channels, as we said in our platform. Be alternative. When I speak about that, is not is the way that it's time, as I said before, to offer alternative payment methods, not only offline, not only online, but also offline. Right now people want to pay, want to buy, but maybe the personal financials are not as good as we expected. Don't lose a purchase or don't lose a transaction, don't lose a sale by not offering, installments, for example. Why not offering installments online or offline? There are a lot of providers, and we have some of them, the most important ones integrated around Europe and globally, if I can say that they take the risk and make parcels or make installments to finish the payment with the shopper, but you receive in one shot the money. So that's another way to offer to your shoppers. And if we speak pure about offline stores or physical stores, why don't promote e-wallets? I think that right now the millennials, the Zeta generation, all of us, if I can consider myself one of them, use really often the e-wallet. I basically don't use my physical credit card anymore. If I can use my e-wallet, I use it. Why don't promote it in an easy way with your staff in the stores, the use of e-wallet instead of the physical cards? You are going to reduce the contact with the physical devices, and you are going to speed up and boost your sales because e-wallets are faster in this way. And I think, and in Adyen, we believe that it's time to be generous. Right now we have to support each other. And why don't, for example, after getting a sale in your online system, why don't offering the possibility of, donate to some of the NGOs that you have collaboration with some amount via Adyen giving? One solution that we have, it's going to be possible, and the money is going to go directly to the NGO. But it's also possible via offline, and that's the same thing. It's like the shopper is finishing the purchase, and then you can offer the possibility of decided to send money to an NGO. That's something that is good. So, as in brief, we can speak that, as you can see in Adyen, we can offer with the current solution that we have, not having huge development in your site, but using the technology that is common in our system, and all the merchants and our partners that are working with us can use it because it's available for everyone. you start offering to your shoppers to not stop payments in these different channels: online, Moto, in-store, cross-channel, using alternative payment methods, and being generous with Adyen giving. And well, I always say the same thing. We are in Adyen, we are experts in technology that is being used for payments. So if you have any idea of concern about how can you, offer the possibility of receive payments in any of your channels, just call us. We are Adyen. Thank you. So I think that we have some minutes left. So if you have any question, please raise it in the chat. And I'm going to try to answer it. Yeah, Alejandro is asking if the presentation is going to be viable. Yeah, I think that you are going to, the presentation, the team from one-to-one is going to have it. So I think that it's going to be viable in one of the channels. Thank you for your question. So Ronan Bardet is saying that, thank you. Regarding the click and collect, does your solution can connect to any POS software, or do we have to use Adyen also as POS software? No, the thing is like, as we said, we are expert in payments. So we offer the PIN pads and our technology to connect these PIN pads to any cash register system. So as you can see in our website, we have integrations with different POS partners like Cegid around the world, Retail Pro, Open Bravo, and a lot of them also here locally in Spain and in Portugal. But we have the list, the complete list of our POS partners is in our website, www.adyen.com. How can I check? Laura Cortez is asking how can I check the pay by link once I send them? How is the management system? So in our system, for example, you can create pay by link directly in our customer area, and you are going to have a report there that is going to show you if the pay by link is was used or not, or if you want to reuse again, because imagine that the shopper lose the link, you can resend it. You can create links to be used one time or different times. So it's an easy way to create them and to control if they were used or not. Alejandro Casado asked, it is possible to finish the payment through a QR code? Yeah, as I said, it's like the QR code is a representation. It's a representation of something that you want to show. So, behind the QR code, you can have a pay by link. So a link that is gonna send directly the shopper to a payment page, or you can send him to a website where he, for example, fill all the delivery address, for example, and then you can in this page you can show a checkout solution like we have in components. So the thing is, like, the technology that is behind a QR code is a URL. The fastest way is use a QR code to show a pay by link. So I think that I almost answered all the questions. So again, I want to say thank you to the organization for this time that I have here to speak with you, and it was a pleasure. And well, any question that you have, Adyen is here and the team is here. Thank you. Have a good day.